Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. This is sexology, water, fire, hot, cold, yin, yang. How to love more. I talk of the water relationship and the Coca-Cola relationship. I was in a Coca-Cola relationship for a long time, and I see this as where we are so attached to that person that we end up suffocating them. Not literally, don't do that. We are all about possession, ownership. We are not secure within ourselves. Therefore, the relationship becomes toxic. The water relationship for me is all about holding the space, and moving into a water relationship, it has opened up a whole new world. It has showed me what love is. The total connection. And the total connection is where two people surrender to each other. They move beyond games. There is no force, only support. They share their happiness and sadness. Their love is transparent and full of life because they know this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've been in relationships where I used to complain a lot. It was always based around how I could change this person, how I could get them to do what I wanted. And the water relationship, which is all about loving more, is where you allow the other person to step into their true authenticity. What freed me along my journey was broadening my concept of what relationships are. People have asked me to talk of open relationships and what I think of them. For me, I feel they are wonderful if all the parties involved are in agreement to it. Amazing. Because so many relationships suffer because people are not honoring their true feelings. That it's not all about the physical, but we can connect with so many other different people on a heart level. But when you're in a Coca-Cola relationship where you have to start hiding your phone, you can't talk to a good friend, now you end up shutting down your heart. Loving more, the water relationship, is where you show so much transparency that you stay true to your authentic self, just like it was before you got into the relationship, and they accept you for it. It's not about all of a sudden changing, because that creates resistance. It creates negative blocks within ourselves. For me, loving more is all about, as well, embracing yourself more. Because a lot of us, we don't have enough care for ourselves. And you need that for the relationship to grow. in the beginning of relationships, everything is perfect because we don't know what we're getting into. It takes work, cultivation, dedication, watering the plant to make it blossom. And that can only be done when both parties continue to take care of themselves. That is how to love more. Start loving yourself. Start being that magnet of attraction. Super sexy. So you could be with your partner for 5 years and you are still attracted to them just like the first day you met them. We begin loving more when we can express how we feel to the person we are with, so they can see our true colors. Because we can't be with someone and then put the camouflage on. Because love in its essence is vulnerability. It's where we open up ourselves 100%. Right now, there are so many revelations hitting the planet. And what I've found is that we are in a relationship not just to one person, but to everyone vibrating on the same frequency as ourselves. This is resonance. And to me, resonance is pure love energy. I know that what happens a lot of the time, even along my journey, I say I love you to anyone I am resonating with. And this has got me in trouble in the past. But I'm okay with that because this is who I am. Doesn't mean anything if I say I love you, because it's all part of the higher love energy. And when you are in a relationship, when someone accepts that, it is an incredible feeling. But a lot of us, we want to turn off our feelings and not express anything to anyone outside the relationship. So we end up loving less, even to the person we are in a relationship with. Once you extend your love outwards, the person you are in a relationship with benefits the most. Or if you are in an open relationship, they all benefit. Funny things happen when you are in love. Amazing things happen when you are in love. Crazy things happen when you are in love. But it's all in the name of love. When we talk of the masculine energy and the feminine energy, the masculine energy is all about building. It is active. The feminine energy is passive. It is receptive. Now, both energies exist within us, the masculine and the feminine. A lot of the times, we find that once we are in a relationship, we may have other priorities, such as our work, other kinds of jobs going on. But to love more, we have to make time for who we are with, because a relationship is an investment. Whatever you put in is usually what you get back. Usually. It's planting. Whatever you plant will blossom if you give it attention. But if you leave it, it will wither and die right in front of your eyes. It's happened to me along my journey. But what made it so magical once I entered the water relationship in my own personal life, I saw that, okay, I love working hard, but is it the be all and end all? No. I have to share my love energy out, because a lot of us, whether you're a woman or man, sometimes we get so wrapped up in our own mission, we forget other people there. But loving more is about still following your true purpose, but at the same time having time to love, because that makes us even greater. I will never stop loving. I will never stop being afraid to love, because to love more, we have to let go of fear. Much of the fear we have is coming from past relationships. So I deal with this by seeing new relationships with new eyes. We must all be aware of not bringing in toxic energies from outside into new relationships. So in loving more, I don't want to hold someone's past history against them. No, this is a clean sheet, a new leaf, a new page. And therefore, I don't want to compare them. Loving more is where both of you are in the kitchen making some delicious soul food. I'm not talking about pork chops. I'm talking about kale, avocado, salad wraps, raising your frequency together, working together for a mission that can not only uplift both of you, but the entire world around you. Loving more is about being honest with yourself to say, okay, this monogamy is not working. Maybe I should be in a polyamorous relationship, and that's okay. That's loving yourself more, because you are honoring how you feel, and there is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter what anybody says of your love life. Loving yourself more is, even if you are single, it's okay. You can still be sexy. You're not missing out, because in that time, you are creating the time to work on yourself, to become a better lover. So when you do meet that total connection, you can give so much more. I call being single the training ground. I'm training, I'm working out, it feels good. So emotionally, mentally, physically, you are in alignment, and now you can offer yourself to someone without being in resistance. Why? Because you have taken time to care for yourself. That's how to love more. Don't be afraid of love. Just be in love. Loving more is about holding the space. And for me, when I talk of holding the space, I am talking about active listening. I've been in relationships where I didn't want to listen anymore, because women were telling me all of their problems. I had enough of that. That was a long time ago. I became a better lover, only because sometimes women just need to express. They don't need judgment. Sometimes men just need to express. They also don't need judgment. All we all want is just to be heard. And that is what we call holding the space. It's where we can listen to someone in a relationship without judgment. We don't hold their words against them. And all of that cultivates the pure love energy until we have the most amazing flower blossoming from the garden of love. Now that sounded so poetical, I might just have to write that down. Many of us, we only love based on certain conditions. You may have been in a relationship and everything is going smooth. I love you. And you might get into an argument. I don't love you. But true love transcends petty arguments. And to love more, what's helped me along my journey is to let go of grudges. It's also about communication, appreciation, passion, trust, fun. That helps us love more. To stop being a psychic. Start asking the one you are with, how do you feel? What can I do for you? Do you want some flowers? What do you want? I can give it to you. Pause. I know that many times people are not open enough to love, even though we are in a relationship, because now we start seeing the flaws of someone we once thought was perfect. Loving more begins when we realize nobody is perfect. Wow, we are not perfect, so how can someone else be perfect? No. Loving more is still loving them even though you know they have flaws, and you take on board the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you don't stop loving them because they're not looking a certain way, or their body changes after they've had a child. You have to always, this is what I say to myself, move beyond the superficial. But more so, loving more starts when we start respecting our energetic boundaries and staying true to our heart space. People say, I've been in a relationship for 10 years, but I'm just staying together. And that is fantastic. But at the same time, if you are not authentic, how can you love more in the relationship? And that's why people who are honest can still love that person on a heart level. But at the same time, they can move into a new relationship where they can create more expansion within their own heart. Because if we are just staying with people to make them feel good, we only deceive ourselves. We start loving ourselves when we step into our true confidence of what it is we truly want and desire. Love more, love more, love more. We are here, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.